Talk a little bit about your stepdad.
Yeah, phenomenal guy. I was just with him last night.
Okay.
I could not have asked for a better stepdad. You know, once again, God's sweet providence in our life. I wasn't a Christian at the time. None of us were. He was already living down here in Fort Lauderdale, where we all live now. So we moved down. I was 14 years of age at the time.
How'd your mom meet him? He's in Fort Lauderdale and you're up in
old family friends.
Okay.
He had never been married. He was a pilot, was in the Air Force, then was a commercial pilot, and just living the life of a pilot of traveling the world for 20 years and was ready to settle down and just God lined it up for him and for my mom. My mom was ready to get out of southeastern Pennsylvania. That was probably the biggest challenge for me. I mean, I was leaving brother, friends, school, aunts and uncles, cousins, everything I knew. But in retrospect, I see why God did what he did.
Right.
But both my mom and dad needed a break from what they knew.
Yeah.
And for right or wrong, they made the decision to replant themselves to start over.
How long was when Dad left to when Mom remarried?
2 years.
2 years.
Yep.
And
and once again, never went through the typical, as I didn't go through the typical phase when they divorced saying, well, it must have been my fault. Didn't go through the typical phase of resenting my stepdad. Never went through that. I remember, and kind of just good word of wisdom for any stepdads out there.
Yeah.
My stepdad, Rick, did one of the most profound things. He sat down with me 2 days before the wedding and just said, I'm not your dad. I don't want to be your dad. You have a dad. But I want to be a friend. I want to be a mentor, and I want to be a support to you. I'll never forget that.